Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we will learn about Python loops. So in Python, basically the for loop in Python is used to iterate over a sequence like a list, tuple, string or range. It repeats the block of code once for each item in the sequence. So for loop executes a particular block in which we will be using, and there will be some conditions like we can use in the list, tuple, string or range. We can find the index number or particular element in the list or tuple. So what is the sequence syntax of for loop? So syntax of for loop is like for items in sequence. It is a code block to execute for each item. Now here is the what is the range function. So how the range is working. The range function in Python generates a sequence of numbers. You can use it with loops to iterate over a series of numbers. So here is the syntax of range. Like here we will use range, and there will be some parameters like start, stop and set. Start is basically if you will not give the any number in the starting point, then by default in Python there will be 0. And stop, it depends on you, like if you want to print some numbers, like you want to print number till 10, so you can just give here the function that whatever you want to. And here's the step means like what step you want to count. Like I need some number, okay, so I can just add one by one. Like if there will be one, then it will again execute as a, it will add 1 plus 1 means 2. So the optional, the number is a start from default is 0. The number where the sequence ends. Stop is the till the number you want. Optional, the difference between each number, default is 1. If you will not give any number in a step, then it will be by default 1. Otherwise it depends on your particular the things. It depends on code to code that how you just going to give the step. So what is the basic uses of code? So basic code uses, like here's the example of for number in range 5. So in range, as I have given just a stop number, I haven't given any start or step. So in this way it will generate numbers from 0 to 4. Now how we will understand this example, we will understand on the Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to copy this code like always to save yours time and mine as well. So here we will first create one file, like I am learning about for loops. So for loop.py, I have created the file, and here will be paste the code. So like whenever I will run the programs, you will see that 0 1 2 3 4, because by default as I already told you that in the beginning it will start always from 0. If you will put any number from 1 or 2, then only it will be start from there, and 5 is the stop point, and we haven't mentioned any end step, so that's why it's calculating by 1, like 1 2 3 4. I hope you will understood it. Now we will understood about the specify start and stop, that how start and stop techniques is working. Like in for num in range 2 comma 6, so num in a variable, right? Now here we will start number from 2 to 6, so the number will print only 2 to 5 because starting point we have given as a 2. So I'm going to copy this code again, and we will go to Visual Studio Code. I'm going to make this code as a comment, and now I will paste here the code, will save again and will run. So as you can see the example here, from number 2 to 6, like here we are printing 2 3 4 5 because the last stop point is a 6, so it will be less than 1 means 5, and the start point we have mentioned here like 2, so that's why it's starting from the 2. If we will not give any start number, so it will start by default from 0, as you have understood in the previous example. So now we will understand about the third, which is a step, that how a step is working. Here is the another example, like for number in range 1 comma 10 comma 2, it will generate only odds number from 1 to 9, right? So here the number will start from 1, and again 2 will be means 2 number will be skips, then it will run till 10. So now I'm going to again copy this code and will come the Visual Studio Code, and going to make this code as a comment. Now we will paste here the code, and I have saved the program. Now you will see how it is working, right? So here like 1 is the starting number, 10 is a stop, 2 is a step. So here the number is starting from the 1, then it is adding with the 2 means 3, then again 3 will be here, 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 9. In this way the number will work till 10. Now if we want to use reverse range, so how that reverse range number means, we have starting point 5 and end point is 0, and we have a step here by -1. So it will count backward from 5 to 1. Now this example we will understand on the Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to make this copy as a comment like always. Now I will paste here the code and we'll check that how it is working. Right, so you can understand 5 4 3 2 1 because how it is working, because starting point is 5 and the stop point is a 0, and we are doing here subtraction by -1. So that's why there is a reverse range. Now here is the key points to just understand about the for loop. Like key points is the range function is super useful for loops for generating numbers. Always remember, stop is exclusively the last number is not included, right? So it depends on code to code. If you are supposed to print any table, if you want to print any number, if you want to start any number, like if there is any even number or odd number, so that time there will be useful. Otherwise if you want to use anyhow, you have already understood everything, so you can use according to your choice, according to code, it depends. Now here's the iterating by using index of sequence. So how it is working, sometimes instead of directly iterating over the items in a sequence like a list or a string, you may want to use the index to access or modify items. So how to iterate by index? You can achieve this by using the range function along with the length function to generate the indicates of the sequence. So len is basically working to find out the length, that what is the length of particular number. If suppose that in list or tuple you have given about 5 to 10 number, then it will first of all find the length of the particular list or tuple. It can be like, suppose here's the example, like here is the fruit we have, it is a list, right? So here we are generating indicates from 0 to length fruit -1. So how it is working, index I means here will be by default 0, then 1, 0, 1, 2. In this way it's working on fruits we have given the tuple and it will go particular one by one in index, and here we are finding the length, like length is 3, right? You can understand here length is 3, so that's why this loop will work accordingly. So we will understood this example on the Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to make this code as a comment again, and here will be the output. Like I'm going to save the code here and we'll run the program. So here you can understand index 0 is equal to apple, index 1 is equal to banana, index 2 is cherry. I hope you really well understood about this example. So here we have make simplified to in the particular length, and here we are finding the length, then we are printing the string. Now iterating over a string by index, like here's the word, like you can understand in this example, like word is a variable and Python is a string particular, but we are finding the length of word, means it will particularly go one by one, by means 0 on the index number 0 is p, index number 1 is y, index number 2 is t. In this way whole string is created. So we will understood this example on Visual Studio Code. I'm going to make this code as a comment again. Alright, so I will paste the code here and I have saved the things. Now you can understand about index 0 is equal python according to index, because it is working on the index way. And if you will if you will give any particular starting point, then that will start counting from there. Suppose that if we will give instruction to start from the 2 index, so it will print from thon. In this way it is working. I hope you will understood about thing. Now here's the example of modify a list using indices. So here's the number like 10, 20, 30, 40. So here also we are calculating for I in range length. Length means we are calculating the numbers, like here's the length of 4, right? So here will be the first of all index number like 0, 0 plus equal to 5. Add 2, 5 each number. So like if I will use for I in range length number means it's first of all going index by index, then it is calculating adding by 5 and it will be printed like here will be 10 plus 5 means 15, 25, 35, 40 in this way. So now I'm going to copy this code and we'll come to Visual Studio Code. So now in Visual Studio Code I'm going to make this code as a comment, and now I'm going to again copy this code and we'll see the output what is going to be. Yes, so this is the output like 15, 25, 35, 45. What I told you that it depends on you, on depends on code that how you want to print, how you want your output. So according to that you can make changes in the code. So we have made changes. Number I in the sense it is basically representing like number 0 means number index, means in index of 0 is 10, means here will be 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. In the same way 20 will become 25, 30 will become 35, 40 will become 45. I hope you will understood this thing. Now here's the key points about length. Gets the length of the sequence, range length sequence. Generate indices for the sequence, access elements using sequence index. As you have already understood in the above example, we have given you example with the practically. And here use index based iteration when you need to modify elements or access their positions. That time we can use. So in this way, we have covered everything about that, how we can modify list using indices, how to iterate over a string by index, and how to iterating over a list by index, and iterating by using index of sequence. Then we have understood about that how we can use reverse range, how to use a step, specify start and stop, basic uses. In this we have covered everything about the for loop. If you really loved this video, so please do thumbs up and do your valuable comment and share this video with your family and friends. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.